Francis.
Yeah.
City Engineer Greg Phipps.
Here.
Chief of Police Chief Carlisle.
Here.
Captain Jeff Campbell.
Here.
City Secretary Maria Campbell.
Here.
And City Administrator Scott Castleberry.
All right, thank you. We're moving on to item 5, discuss and consider the status of the following projects, take any action required. Mr. Gibbs, you're up, sir.
That's all right. You want it on?
You want it?
I don't need it. I hear myself well. Good evening. Drainage improvements, we are working to finish to do the Republic Drive items that we talked about seemingly a month or two ago. Working with Ryan on that. Road improvements, nothing on that. Development improvements, the Section 4 Phase 2. The plans are progressing and we will bid that project in June. And our plan is to have that before council for your consideration to award at the next council meeting in June. We are doing roads and drainage according to Montgomery County criteria. We did have a phone call with the county engineer, the PUD 3 engineers, Ryan and myself, just talking about general drainage items and what, so that PUD 3 could be informed about what's going on. So we'll get with the mayor on that over the next week or so to talk about that. And then Hubbard Park, we are at that point. At this point, we're not doing anything with Hubbard Park until there's funding available for that. And that's all I have on file.
Questions on anything for Greg on items, on anything under item 5? Okay, moving on to item 6, consider items related to police station building, take any action required.
All right, this project, the invitation to bidders was published in the Houston Business Journal on May 9th and May 16th. And the bid was opened yesterday, May 26th at 2 o'clock to meet bidding criteria, advertising criteria for that. There were 37 firms, that, not including plan rooms, that picked that up on Civcast. Out of those, we received one bid, satellite building, satellite shelters. We bid this project as 2 base bids. One was base bid 1 with a refurbished building. That came in at $264,806. And then base bid number 2 was new building construction, and that was $361,535. We have the bid tabulation behind on page 3 that shows how the project was bid. And then after that, we have Form 1295 that is required for you to award, if you so choose. And then behind that is the Civcast breakdown of all of the items, how they were bid through Civcast, the electronic bidding process. And then Satellite's breakdown of all of their items that they provided for both of those bids on the restored project, base bid number 1. That trailer or that setup will be 2 28 by 64s is what they have on here. That will be fully taken down and built back. That, and you can see what the items are, how they broke their bid down. And then the second sheet from them is the 24 by 60, which is their standard. So on the refurbished, the system that they have available for this is a little bit bigger building. So instead of the 24 by 60, we'll have a 2 28 by 64s. that. Following that is, just for your information, is the summary of work. And it goes through as to what we put in the project, is what we were looking for as far as how the building was to be built, wall types, the chassis, floor construction, exterior walls, interior walls, the roof construction, all the doors, windows, plumbing, everything that goes into this project, HVAC, to be able to have anybody that looked at this bid equals. There were a lot of items in here color-wise to be determined, and we have talked to Satellite on this, and there's the general land plan that everyone bid off of is the first folded sheet. It shows on the right side the lobby, the offices, the conference area, a couple of other offices, and then the second system of the building there is just all offices. This was the general plan that we asked all of the bidders to consider. We have since talked to Satellite, and they'll configure these buildings however we want them to be configured. As long as we don't add a bunch of doors, we don't add bathrooms. We've got 2 bathrooms on the project. So generally, this is the general floor plan, and we'll work with the city and specifically Chief Colorado of what that floor plan will exactly look like. Working with them, presuming you approve this bid. And then the last page is the general layout of that same, of how everything will set on the back side of this building. Where it will be, how it will be set up. So with this bid, we are recommending, after talking to the chief, that you consider base bid number 1 with the refurbished building, which refurbished is a complete tear down, bring it back up with existing chassis for $264,806.
Warranty period?
The warranty period on the refurbished is 3 months. On the new construction is 1 year.
So,
And the refurbished has, I got it in writing from her, the refurbished has replaced brand new air conditioners. And I got that in writing.
the question, and I don't know if it's for our attorney or for our engineer, with the state bidding laws, we bid a specific package. Are we allowed to enter negotiations with the bidder, or do we have to award it exactly as bid?
No, you can enter into negotiations, but you just have to make sure that essentially what you land on, you're getting, it's equal value to what you.
So my question is, with the ability to negotiate, one is, if they're really gonna strip it down and rebuild it, and they told us it's as good as new, I'd like a 1-year general building warranty, which is standard in the industry. I would like separate warranty for the air conditioning units, and a separate warranty for the roof. Right, if we have roof leaks in 3 months, and they're saying, not my problem, that's a problem. Right, so I would ask that an extended warranty on the roof, an extended warranty on the air conditioning units, since they're brand new. The manufacturer probably gives better than a 3-month
It's
warranty.
a 5-year warranty.
And then in general industry and construction is a 1-year building full envelope warranty, and then specific warranties on other items, if that's possible. 2 other things I didn't notice, window types. Are they insulated windows or are they single pane? And maybe I missed that. And then also door types. Are the interior doors hollow core or solid core? Just my experience with construction trailers is the interior doors are very thin and more like a builder grade closet door as opposed to a real door. Right? You would easily put your hand through it if you were seriously trying to. So would like given that they're police offices, that the doors be of better quality than a typical construction trailer door, and then also that we get, it has window trim in here, just to be determined, but I didn't see anything that actually had the window itself, if it's an insulated window, or if it's a single pane.
Okay, I will check that. I've
But-
got standard plans of theirs that have that information in there.
But-
I'll get that.
With those caveats, then that's everything I need is in here.
Yeah, definitely steel doors on those 3 outside doors. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. If we can do some negotiating ahead of accepting this, that would be the way I would like to see us go.
And then,
Exterior and interior doors are to be determined by the door schedule.
is it, okay,
It's on page 01110-3, the very bottom. Same thing with windows, to be determined per window schedule.
all right, so as long as we can come to an agreement on what those are that are within their base pricing, that we're not just getting a really paper thin, kind of an apartment style closet door.
Yeah, and I've got a full set of plans for one of their buildings that has the window and door schedule in it.
Okay.
That identifies what they are, and I'll pull that up and give you that information.
And then I don't know if we've ever discussed payment terms, or I think, Chief, you had mentioned at one time one of the other municipalities had done a lease with a dollar purchase agreement or something, but to our attorney, are we able to not have them bonded if we say that the company is financially stable and we're not going to pay them until it's delivered? Do we still have to pay for a bond that largely is just a cost that I don't know that it gains us any value if we're not paying until they're delivered?
I don't know the answer immediately, but
Or not.
I don't know if you can get around the bonding requirement.
Just sometimes that's an extra 0.5% or 1% of the total price that would be money we could put towards
What
something
was
else.
the,
We had a line item.
I guess, method that we're.
In here it has bonded insurance not to exceed 1.5% of the total cost. But it doesn't give a breakout, but if it's possible to get a credit for it, it's just something to consider.
Right, let me,
Yeah, I will say, we did the bonds and insurance to pay up to 1.5%. They bid 0,
Okay.
so it's,
So
So if there's no upcharge for it, then it doesn't hurt to get it.
So on the warranties, the AC is gonna come with a 5-year warranty on the AC. The 3 months max on the rebuild of the units. They can't go any more than that. If we can go to a third-party warranty company, but they don't do it. I'm on a text conversation with them.
What's the roof composition? What is our roof on this building?
The roof is the membrane, I forgot what they call it. Wait, I texted you. What was it?
The roof construction's on page
45 mil,
111.
it's 45 mil white on black
EPDM.
It's like 3-year age solar.
45 mil white
reference on it.
EPDM, so it's a rubber
It's a
roof.
swimming pool, like basically.
Yeah, they say it's a really good roof. They say it's actually upgraded.
Yeah.
They say if we had to re-level it or something, we would want to re-seam it where they go together. That's like $500 or whatever.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
each
another
side
match.
is solid, and then the seam, they come in and put a cap over it.
And it has a slight pitch on it in the middle and goes out.
So again, just the question then, if we can't get an extended warranty on it to the full 1 year, would they be willing to do a lease agreement with the right to purchase after a period of time? Where that way they're still maintaining the warranty on the roof for more than 3 months. It's just a 3-month warranty on spending $300,000 and only getting a 3-month warranty is questionable to me.
What is our cost on preparation? Foundation, electrical, plumbing, what's the additional cost there on top of $251,000?
So the cost for delivery, complete setup, putting everything, the system together complete on foundation is inclusive to this bid.
I think he's talking about how much extra would it be to do the plumbing and electrical to the building.
Yeah,
So
so,
we have a total budget of X, and if you take out the 261,000, then we still have to do an electrical hookup, a plumbing hookup, and then are we going to do anything for the foundation other than just blocking it to the asphalt, I think is the question. As well as the carpentry, right, we need
That
ramps.
and attaching to this building, are we still gonna attach to this building, and connect to this building?
Yeah, so I've been working that for a little while. I've talked to several companies that won't reply with a price, and obviously so because they don't have the building. But I have talked to, everybody agrees, tops $5,000 to remodel this office up here. And we got $85,000. Somewhere $30,000 in tops, overestimation for the electrical, $5,000 to $10,000 for the plumbing, and then tops $20,000 for the ramp and stuff for the entrance. So that leaves us with whatever we have left over to figure out the two connections. I would love them to be hallway, air conditioned, hallways going into the building. If there's not enough money after all of that, the essentials, we need a camera in the lobby also. Security doors at the CGIS entrance. If there's not enough money to build a hallway, I'll be willing to build a breezeway. If there's not enough money to put this big grand facade on the entrance, the public entrance, then I have to go with a less cost facade. Because I need to stay within budget.
Well,
So I got $85,000 to hook up the building and everything.
I think we're in trouble there, because Councilman Warren said about the security cameras, how much they're gonna cost.
The security camera requirement.
The upgrade of the security cameras for code, right? It's probably gonna be $100,000, right?
So we replaced this camera right there with the United
Well,
States.
we just purchased 8, 9, 10. We just purchased 11 cameras for our office and building, and it was roughly about $9,000.
Is that cheap, okay?
So we're not buying cameras right away for the whole thing. We don't need cameras on the inside. We replaced this camera right here because it was fuzzy, you remember? With an American-made camera, that's legal, what Councilman Ward was saying. That's an American-made camera, and that's legal, that's what that legislation's all about.
Okay.
It can't be a Chinese-made.
Yeah, there's Chinese companies that's banned from doing business in the United States.
And all I need to
Other
do,
than those three, you can get any camera you want.
all I need to do right now for our purposes of getting it running is I need a lobby camera. Because it's a good idea to have a camera in the lobby. I can add that camera to our existing systems, and we can have our IT do that.
Okay.
That's just running wires, so it's not a whole lot of expense.
I just think the plumbing and electrical to the building is gonna be more than what you think it's gonna be.
I just had an electrician and plumbing out here today telling me those numbers.
Okay?
He said $5,000 to do the pipe only, if we have laborers do the digging. He said tops $10,000 if he did all the digging and the pipe.
Okay.
And that's a plumber that we've used before, and the electrician tops $30,000, which I think that's an overestimate. That's what I was asking for, is overestimates, because I want to be sure that we're going to be able to stay within that $85,000 budget to get everything done. So we get the Castleberry's office all done, we get the plumbing, the electrical, the security camera, the 3 security doors. What's left is the hookup. If I have to do a breezeway instead of a hallway because of the funds, so be it. If the facade, because I want to do a nice masonry facade to make it look really nice. If we have to, I have to downgrade that. But no matter what, I plan on staying within budget.
So just for the record for the council meeting, I know we've discussed it, but timetable, once they're released,
If we approve it tonight, then we will finalize the floor plan, and they can have it delivered on site by August 19th, I think is what they said. And then let's say a month to hook up all the other stuff, we can be operational by September, mid-September. And if you add a month worth of delays, they're still talking October, and I think we're good. One good thing, just so you know, the Rome Forest Police Officers Association is using just under $5,000 of funds that they got from the East Montgomery County Improvement District to do summer furnishing. And the police department plans on applying for an additional $5,000 for more furnishing office furniture from the East Montgomery County Improvement District before the building goes operational.
Okay. Any more questions for Chief or for Greg on this project?
No, sir.
Councilman Warwick, anything?
I got one answer that she just answered about the lease to extend out maintenance and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She would have to start from scratch on the quote and all that, and then there'd be, no, that wouldn't be an option. We need to just go with the bid, and I've seen how they rebuild these things. I went and toured their facility, and I saw the buildings coming in, and I saw the buildings midway through it. They take it all the way down to the studs. They replace any studs in the floor joists, and anything needs to be replaced. They replace the outside siding. They replace the roof. They go to bare bones and rebuild this thing. It's practically brand new.
I'm just surprised they're not willing to give us the warranty then for it.
They said that's their policy. That's
So-
what she's saying, that's the max that they can go.
The round numbers then, we're looking at roughly $100,000 difference between refurbished and new. We're at $279, $206 refurbished, installed. That's if we take the flooring upgrade. And then $378, $121, excuse me, $151 if we go new flooring upgrade.
Well, what I'd like to do on the flooring upgrade, let's not approve that tonight. Give me the ability to stay within the budget to figure out if I'd rather hire someone else to do the floor, because I'm starting to think that price versus what they got, that might be the better option. Or just take what they got and just, do that upgrade 5 years from now. I don't suggest you take that.
And it's a minor cost, but if you're really talking about keeping as low to the ground as you said you were, then I think they have a combined $10,000 in there for skirting.
Yeah.
That might be something, again, you choose to do with a separate carpentry or something.
What's the floor that they put in there?
Is
You don't upgrade it.
what do they call it, PCT for floor? Or?
It's just a,
$11,000 for skirting.
Yeah, I seen that, but
So for 14,000, they're talking about doing an upgrade, some kind of plank flooring or whatever, but, I mean, let me do some homework. Don't set that in stone tonight. Let me do some homework. I might just tell them, give me a small little upgrade and just leave the floor off, and I'll hire a contractor to come in and do the whole floor. And I might can get that done for 10 grand or whatever. And then maybe talk them into a little upgrade or something. So if you just leave that off, that'd be great. I think all the little construction things, I think I can do within policy, 3 bids, make responsible selections and stuff like that. I think within policy, I can get all of that done without having to come back to council.
I don't know who the question goes to. I know this is a little outside the norm. We don't allow modular construction in general. Who is going to do inspections either at the plant where they're refurbishing this or when it's set up to make sure that we do have a good solid system? Like, are we going to water test the windows, doors, and roof? Spray water at it to make sure we don't have any leaks? If we're only getting a 3-month warranty, I want to make sure we've done everything we possibly can to make sure that we're not going to have buyers regret 6 months.
yeah, I suspect that they will provide a full set of plans,
Yes, sir.
sealed. We will give that, come through and give that to Veritas so that they review those plans to the city's criteria. And as far as testing goes, we can, as this is built, we can request to go down to the build periodically.
We've got in-wall insulation inside, right? I think we want to see before they cover the walls that they've got the insulation to, like, we're going to 8 foot, not the deck, but to make sure that they've done what they say they're going to do. They're requiring.
Meet code.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking her that right now. So I just text you that. I mean, I can go down there, Greg can go down there and kind of midway through and look at it.
I just want to make sure we have a plan in place that we're actually going to do that, and not a might, but a
I
will.
know our inspectors will inspect, and we'll pay them, but our inspectors will, matter of fact, you have to. They inspect the tie down and the setting up, they will inspect that. But as far as the quality, the working on it, you know, maybe, we'll see what she says on that. But, at least we can go visit midway through it.
Yeah, we can go look at insulation, the plumbing, electrical, all of that before it's closed up.
Yes, like we would do
She said that she can
an
schedule
in-wall
a
inspection
walkthrough
before you
anytime
cover
we want.
inspection.
She said she can schedule either me or Greg to walk through anytime we want.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And your recommendation is approve the refurbished?
Yeah, based off
the
of
limits.
what they provided and what the budget is for the refurbished is what we.
3 months still concerns me, right?
The one last thing, right, for the modular units in the city, what we're going to set that.
I don't think we have any alternative if we're going to meet the schedule and the budget. Right? We've shown that we can't do it with the metal building that we designed, either schedule or budget. So they won't be on wheels, they'll be locked on foundation.
Yeah, the city's exempt from that.
I think we all have our hesitation about that, but at the same time, it's the only way to keep it within the budget constraints that we have, at least that I know of.
The city is exempt, I've already verified that.
Okay.
Any more discussion, council? I recommend that we do go ahead and accept the purchase of the refurbished, the 3-month. Does concern me, but we
5 year
can,
on the air conditioners.
5 year on the air is fine, but the 3 month, I mean, it's gonna be moved, and it's gonna be moved, so it concerns me, especially on the roof. Anyway, but my recommendation is that we do go ahead and vote to accept the bid from Satellite for the refurbished building.
Mayor, I'll make that motion.
Motion on the floor, Councilwoman Lane to approve the bid from, get it from
Satellite shelters.
Satellite Shelters Incorporated. We're going to go ahead and include that entire amount, is that correct, Councilwoman Lane? The $264,806?
Yes, sir.
That is in the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll say that.
Second, Councilman Sanders. Any other discussion? Council, all in favor of approval? 1, 2, 3, 4, make it unanimous. Get some good prices on the rest of it.
Yes, so I'm gonna start working on that next week. I gotta get the floor plan finalized with them, and then I'm gonna take all that to the contractors, and they'll feel better about actually giving me some stuff in writing. And, three, and the policy is 3 from each one, because it's under a certain dollar amount. And then we make a responsible choice from that. If I need to bring it to council, I can, but, I can approve up to a certain dollar amount, and something to Councilberry and something to Mayor. So I think we can do this within policy and within budget.
If there's something comes up, we can schedule, get together,
Right.
or for a decision. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll call people all the time. I'll call Ricky
Yeah.
and Mitch and you.
Yes, but if there's a decision needing to be made for council, we will schedule
We can
something.
always schedule that.
All right, moving on, council, to item 7, consider items related to FEMA Park and parking lot repairs
I have another meeting.
and city road repairs, 2024 spring flood.
So those plans are being finalized, and that also will be bid in June. for that budget. And our plan is all of the asphalt that we bring off of that, and any other work that is added to that, that could be added to that, we'll take that and use it as RES asphalt and put it on the track, which is part of the city.
Am I misremembering the scope here? I thought that this had a time constraint on it, like of last November, that we had to be done
This November.
this November. Okay.
Well, I
And
think
if we
that-
have to
I
do
think
the
there
work
was-
and get reimbursed, they don't pay us in advance.
That's correct. It comes out of city budget and then it's reimbursed.
Okay. But we're still within the time constraints right now.
Yes.
How long does it take to get reimbursed for that?
So that,
It's FEMA. That's a,
Couple years?
the history that the city has had with FEMA has been very good as far as reimbursement goes. I can't promise anything, but 2 or 3 months seems to be the norm.
we've had a couple of minor disagreements on reimbursement prices, I think, but they were relatively small.
But it seemed like as far as the time it took, it hasn't been bad, that I remember.
No, I think everything is within 2 or 3 months to get reimbursement. They do a good job with that, with reimbursement.
All right, council, any other questions for Greg on item 7? Okay. This time, council, we are going to go into closed executive session. I would like for that to be with my counsel, the city attorney, city administrator. We will take a 5-minute break to let everyone clear out. Time is 6:21. That's it.
That's, I think, what.
That's what he's talking about, okay.
Is it the rate can't be greater than either 8% or the rate payable by the municipality on its most recent issued general obligation. So we can't go over, or we can't charge them more than what we had on our general obligation.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
The interest rate.
Right.
Okay.
But
It
we,
8%, it can't go over 8% or whatever.
8% would be fine.
but we aren't charging it anyway. I mean, really, we're not.
Right.
But we could.
No. Not under this agreement with the county.
Well, we're gonna rewrite the ordinance, so the
Yeah.
ordinance, I think, is where it is.
Okay.
So we could.
All right, council, we are back into our to our special meeting out of executive session. Time is 6:59. Council, do we have anything we need to vote on coming out of closed session?
I didn't remember that motion. Did you write it down, Bishop?
I do.
Make it.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, Mayor, I'd like to make the motion that we amend the economic incentive and development agreement for the street repairs and improvements in the city of Roman Forest, Texas, Thornberry Development Phase 2, so that we may address the street assessment ordinance addressing the 18 abutting properties in the development for Phase 2.
Does that sound good?
That's, and as you can say, Article 2, Section A, Article 2, subparagraph A of the agreement.
Okay, motion on the floor. Councilman Davis to amend the agreement, the contract as stated. Do I have a second? Councilman Warwick seconded. Any other discussion? Comments? All in favor of approval? 1, 2, 3, 4, unanimous. Okay. We're done with 9. Anything we need to discuss between now and the 20, anything anybody needs to bring up, not discuss, anybody needs to announce? Because the next time we're going to be meeting would be on the 21st at a regular meeting.
Question for council.
22nd.
Do we need to set a date for a workshop to address the street assessments?
Yes.
Or do we need to wait till the next council meeting to do that?
We can do one beforehand. I can circulate the amended draft for everybody, and if Mayor thinks we need a workshop to discuss it before the next meeting, that's fine with me.
I don't know that we would if everybody reads it and we get no questions from it.
One of us will need to own the rewriting the street assessment ordinance.
It's essentially going to use the 2021, essentially repurposing it for this one, so unless somebody else wants to do it, that's fine, but I don't have an issue doing it.
So if we're good with that, then no, we do not need a workshop ahead of it. This would be on the agenda for the regular meeting, or do we need a special meeting to approve it?
Then we would need to send the letters out pretty quickly to give everybody.
So I believe it's just 72 hours notice. I'll have to confirm with that. If it's a 30 days, then we're out of time. We'd have to do it in July anyway. But yeah, 30 days is the longest.
Do we want to?
I don't believe that applies here. I believe it's only the 72. So
I don't think there's an urgency to send them to holding the town hall or having the discussion with the property owner. So if we just do it in July, that gives us ample opportunity to send letters and let them, if they're out of town, send representation.
For the open house.
Yes.
Call it the right name?
town hall.
Town hall.
Town hall.
Town
So
hall.
does it have to be a separate town hall, or can it be part of the
It
regular?
can be part of the regular meeting. Just we have to give them opportunity to come and say their piece at the
To
end.
do the town hall at the July meeting?
Yeah, it won't be a separate town hall. It'll just be an agenda item where people, property owners in the Phase 2 development can come and speak regarding the
Jim.
road.
June meeting, not
Jim
July.
meeting.
Well, I
June
think
meeting, 22nd.
But he said that most of it would be 30 days notice.
I don't think it's. I think it's likely just 72 hours notice. We'll need to give more time than that.
Give property owners enough time for the June meeting, then that's 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, we're still in May, so that.
We're still 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, yeah. you got
3 full weeks.
Then that's,
Yeah.
as long as we get the letters out timely.
I believe that should be fine. I'll let you know if that changes, but I I think that should be.
So it's just an agenda item for them to speak?
For,
June 26th.
it is a presentation of the ordinance. We open the town hall, essentially it would be one agenda item that we're considering, discussing, considering the ordinance.
So it'd be
We
like,
open a town hall for general discussion that everybody
And
can
then at
say
the end of
their
that, we
piece.
approve the ordinance if there's no exceptions to it?
Right, or you can approve the ordinance, or you can make changes to it, and.
I'm just saying, we won't have it done in advance of that, because that's our next.
Right, you have to, you essentially open the item, open the town hall, they can have their piece, close the town hall, council has their discussion. If a motion is made, then action can be taken to accept the ordinance or not.
Okay. Anything else?
Mayor, make a motion, we adjourn for the evening.
Motion on the floor, Councilman Lane to adjourn for the evening, seconded by Councilman Sanders. All in favor of adjournment? It is unanimous. This meeting is adjourned. The time is 7:04.